Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is Kevin in Colorado. Welcome to Tesla Today. We're talking about a re-entry plan for Tesla. It's Tuesday, December 22nd. Tesla's starting to fall back to earth finally from its lofty 695 close during the S&P 500 inclusion. As you know, I sold back at 621. It's really close to that price right now where I sold at. So what's my plan? What am I thinking about re-entry? So prior to the S&P 500 inclusion, we saw a resistance line of Tesla, but around that 420 mark to 450. I think it was undervalued at that time by about 50 bucks. So if it was really worth about 500, what's changed in the fundamentals other than the S&P 500 inclusion for Tesla? Are they making more gigafactories that they announced? Are they making more cars that we didn't know about that's already in our forecast? So the only thing we're seeing coming in right now is what? The rumor that Apple is going to make an electric car and start production in 2024. Well, no, Apple is not going to make an electric car. They're going to partner with some OEM. This isn't a big secret. It's been out there for years and years and years. Project Titan, we know about it, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. So going forward in the next week to 2 weeks, what am I looking for a price adjustment? I want to see that bounce continue to go down with Tesla. I want to see a resistance, 625, can't hold it, go down 600, can't hold it, go down 575, and we'll see if we start holding. So I'm looking at buying between 550 and 575. For those of you that ran all the way up to 695 just to see Tesla come back down to 625, don't feel bad. I sold before we went to the high. You kept it at the high and you didn't sell, and now you rode it back to low. We're in the exact same boat and we're in this together. Nobody can time the market perfectly. It's impossible to do. We know that. So I'm looking to capture between my exit where I sold at 621 and my re-entry between 550 and 575 would net about $140,000 profit in between the two and allow me to buy what? That's right, more shares of Tesla, because yes, believe in the man, the myth, the Musk. Elon is where it's at. He has a game plan. He knew Apple was going to be part of his competition years ago. And you can see it right here in this interview that he talked about Apple.
Do you see Apple building a car and that maybe being a threat to you?
Encourage more participation by whoever it is to create electric vehicles. It's quite hard to do. But I think companies like Apple will probably make a compelling electric car. It seems like the obvious thing to do.
Are you betting that that's going to happen? Have you heard anything?
Well, it's pretty hard to hide something if you hire over 1,000 engineers to do it.
So you think Apple are serious about it?
Yeah, I do. This is an open secret.
But are you on the road to producing a model that far more people could aspire to own?
So the Model 3, that's the third part of our strategy, which is to produce a high-volume, low-cost car, and we expect to be in production with that at the end of next year. In order to have a substantial effect on transportation, we have to make the cars affordable. So I think the Model 3 is extremely important as part of that strategy. Unless there's an affordable car, we will, as you alluded to earlier, only have a small impact on the world. So we need to make a car that most people can afford in order to have a really substantial impact.
You've also been a leader in autonomous driving, in this road to the self-driving car. How far do you think that's going to go?
The two biggest revolutions in transport are electrification and autonomy. Those are the two biggest innovations since the moving production line, and they're both happening at about the same time. I think autonomy is extremely important, and I think in the long term, nobody will buy a car unless it is autonomous.
In 10 years' time, what will I be driving? Or will I be driving at all? Will I just be pressing a button on an app, a car will drive up and take me where I want it?
You will only drive if you want to drive. It'll be like owning a car that is not self-driving in the long term will be like owning a horse. You would own it and you would use it for sentimental reasons, but not for daily use, really.
Now you're in three extraordinary industries. You're in electric cars, you're in rockets, and you're in solar energy. What unites you? What unites those three interests?
Well, what I'm trying to do is to minimize future existential threats, or to take whatever action I can to ensure the future is good. I didn't expect these companies to succeed. I thought they would most likely fail, particularly Tesla and SpaceX. I thought SolarCity had a higher probability of success. But in the beginning, I thought SpaceX and Tesla maybe had a 10% chance of success. And so I'm quite surprised, really, to see that that we're alive. It's great.
And no, he's a sandbagger. He's game planning it. And I believe in Tesla going forward and what their mission is.
I think all transport, with the exception of rockets, will go fully electric. So that's why, I mean, I see the value of Tesla as an accelerant, as a catalyst in that transition. I think Tesla, maybe when one looks back on it from an historical perspective, it might accelerate that transition by a decade, maybe more.
What is your reentry plan going forward? What price target are you looking forward? Did you sell or did you never get out? Did you ride it the entire time? I want to hear from you in your comments below. Also, it appears that we have a delay in our full self-driving beta as a wide release, maybe until the end of this month, maybe early into Q1. I don't know exactly why that happened, so we have to dive deeper into that. But yeah, it's a disappointment, right? I was hoping to have that full self-driving beta to have over the holidays and do some testing with it, but apparently it's not ready for the masses yet. So that can be a concern. It can be a catalyst, actually, that helps push Tesla just a little bit further down, right, for a buying opportunity. The Apple Car rumor, the macro environment of the stock market, the new strain of the coronavirus coming out of the UK, future lockdowns, the uncertainty in the U.S. Senate, and of course, he's got a $900 stimulus bill, which we think was already baked into the market anyway. So hopefully we'll continue to see some overall negative pressure. Don't hate me if you're holding long. I'm just looking for a buying opportunity to get back in to Tesla for just a little bit cheaper than what I sold it for. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Please consider subscribing to the channel. You've been watching Tesla Today.